Okay, so we're finally recording and we're finally recording podcast. Like I was saying, this is our first time doing a podcast, so of course we've already had a couple mistemps this morning just trying to get it together. But overall, it was a pretty easy process. Basically, we just set up 2 chairs. We only have 1 microphone to work with right now. I'm sorry because I got asthma. I'm kind of wheezing into the microphone.
I don't have asthma, but I have problems too.
Man, we got so many topics to talk about. Let's not be shy. Dude, I haven't seen you in the longest time, bro.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. I haven't seen you in 3 years, actually. I think 3 years, right?
Dude, it's been a long time, bro. I don't think that you've ever really been down to LA to hang out.
There has been attempts at coming down. I believe at the time you were not living where you're living now. You were somewhere else in the time, and you wanted me to come down, and we scheduled a couple of times. I never went through, so that's what happened.
I totally get that. Not having a set place, not having a place of my own really kind of stopped you from coming down here. Dude, but I'm so glad that you're down here today because we're totally doing our podcast thing, our little radio thing, our videos, and I'm really having a good time.
Yeah, it's been a great it's been a great attempt at doing something new, together, collaborating, doing a podcast, and we've been discussing this for a while, but now we're actually doing it now.
What do you want to do like with these podcasts? What's your vision in that sense?
I want to hit the people, the people that maybe relate to us, that can't speak out, that feel the way we feel. And maybe if you're one of those people, you can come and join the videos and watch our videos, watch our podcasts. We have music goals. This guy's a musician and has some songs. I'm a filmmaker, animated filmmaker, has some filmmaking goals. Together we just can create art. So if you're into that, come along.
Dude, I'm so glad that you brought those things up because I am a musician and I am putting out music on the daily. If I can, work is a little bit getting in the way of that. But still, nonetheless, I try to put out a track at least, once a week for followers. You guys can follow me at Bashboy, BASH, 2 H's boy with the extra Y, Bashboy on Instagram. I'm really trying to put out just new music for you guys weekly, if not daily.
My Instagram is from thy scratch 1.
And that's thy, THY. And 1 is in the number 1.
And if you have a problem finding me, you can find me at j.a.g, the Expressive Filmmaker, on my Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube.
Or just, go to my page and follow him, or, vice versa. If you find him first, you can go ahead and follow me. We can actually say things like bitch and slut and hoe or whatever, creative word you want to use. Why? Because this is like a YouTube thing. It's not over the radio, so we don't really have anybody to censor exactly what we say. We're pretty much free to say what we want. I think that's like one of the amendments as well.
Yeah, he's right. We just say what we feel, and
let's talk about a little bit more of that expressive freedom over the mic. If you were to pick a subject or a title for like our conversation today, for me personally, I would have to say, it's really about creative freedom, expression of art. Bro, what have you been creating recently? What have you been fine tuning in terms of like your art and expression?
I'm an animator, animation filmmaker, and my goal is to make my first animated film on my Patreon page. And you guys can eventually see this film, and my goal is to kickstart a bunch of films related to this film and kind of make my own little world,
That sounds really interesting. I'd definitely like to see some of your work.
And you can see me on my Instagram. You can follow Baby Bash here, and
yeah, definitely already following Joey on Instagram, and his work is definitely something to be shared.
You're a pro in animation. check my stuff out. If you're a newbie, check my stuff out. I'm not saying I'm the best, but I am saying that my stuff has quality, my stuff has good stuff. And
how did you get into animation? Why are you so passionate about animation?
I'm very, very expressive. I'm in expressive as can be. Basically, I have a very niche understanding of film, from 3-act structure to the layers of a film. Animation has always been a part of my life growing up, and I've always been a little bit jealous that it's all CGI now, stop motion CGI now. Well, every film has its style. You have Chicken Run, right, and claymation. You have Pixar. They really created a phenomenon with Toy Story, right? That's what started it all. And you have like Disney animations. You have like Sony making movies now. You have color animation. So there's a lot of different ways to do animation. But my goal is to do a little bit of animation, but also live action animation in there. Like some stop motion is pretty much my cup of tea. So that's basically my goal, is to do films basically that tell a story and convince the audience what the story is about in your own perspectives.
And dude, I'm a huge movie fan. I just watched Link like for the first time the other day. If you haven't heard of Link, or if you haven't seen Link, basically it's about this Sasquatch who's running around Washington. I think this is like, this is like pre-cars, so this is like 18. I feel like this is the 1800s. A lot of like, steamboats. I'm not even sure if steamboats were a thing. They were just more like, really like high-tech sailboats or whatever you call them. But they did carry loads and loads. So I think that, that there was some steam involved, because that's power. But yeah, I watched that movie Link recently. It was a 2019, what do you call it? Stop motion?
Yes.
Stop motion movies. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I really, really enjoyed the heck out of it. I love a good storyline, and I feel like that movie Link really satisfied it. Other than Link, recently I had watched Hobbs and Shaw. I think we did catch that film last night together for the first time. He had not seen it.
No, have not.
And I never saw it, so we rented it with Fandango now. It was a few bucks. I think it was like $6. And we downloaded the app, and we were streaming it on my laptop with my hotspot. My hotspot kind of died out. No biggie, that happens. But yeah, huge movie fan, and cannot wait for some of the upcoming films. Yeah, and there's a lot of movies in theaters right now too that I would like to see. I think really the biggest topic in discussion of today is like, dude, I haven't seen you for a little while, and now all of a sudden you come to LA, and you stay with me, and we just immediately go into like a collaboration, like a podcast, and radio and talk and stuff like that. And dude, I'm super stoked for a collaboration with you. This is kind of something that I've really been anticipating all of 2019, is getting together with a really another artist who understands my art, and who makes art of their own, and getting together and doing a collaboration. I think that we could do a lot of great things together. Kind of just want to share with the audience some of those really good things that I think that we're capable of doing this year, and in the years to come. No rush, no stress, in genuine art.
Yes, I agree with that. I think that we've been planning on trying to see each other through 2018, didn't work out. 2019 didn't work out. 2020 worked out. If you guys really like our videos and you guys want to see more of me and Bash, my name is Joey, by the way. I go by J.A.J, the Expressive filmmaker. So if you hear him say Joey, that's my name. But if you guys want any topics, you guys want us to talk about movies, news, there's some big news going on right now in the world. Whatever you guys want, we're your guys. We're your podcast. We are your podcast. We're here to deliver for you guys, our own critique, our own reactions. So feel free to really just tell us, man. Just comment below what you guys want, and we'll do our best to keep you guys company when you guys see our videos. So my question to you, what are you up to 2020? What are your goals?
2020 is going to be all about going to new places and setting new precedents for my music, and getting my hands on bigger and better equipment, and eventually, getting like a professional studio, or even, souping like a studio up like this into an even better studio. So much work to be done. So much art to like get out and to express. I'm in my mid-20s, and I feel like if I don't do it now, I'll be on one of those will I ever shows. So,
well, since you do music, any song you recommend for newer people that are watching this video, that you feel is you right now, that they can see your skills?
Yeah, definitely follow me on Instagram, Bash, BASHH, 2 H's, boy, with the extra Y, Bash Boy. Just go ahead and click on the link in my bio, which is my SoundCloud link, and feel free to listen to all of my current music in 2020. Yes.
Do you have a Spotify, iTunes?
Some of my older stuff is on Spotify and on Apple Music. If you haven't heard it, I recommend that you go check it out. You can find me on iTunes and Spotify pretty easily. You just gotta type in my full name, which will definitely be in the bio below.
Because we have a business in motion. We want to do an actual business. Want to talk a little bit about ideas, sneak peek ideas for soon-to-be fans who will follow us.
Big things coming in 2020. Not working for Lyft anymore. Definitely a company based kind of off the backs of Lyft. Should be good. Should have income flowing in. And should be a creative process with at least one or two close people that I trust.
That sounds good. I'm really proud of you too, because you used to not be really into movies, but now you're understanding the value of movies. You're understanding how scripts work. You watch a lot of people like Tyler the Creator, people that influence you and inspire you. And everything has a script. Everyone has an actor. We're not actors, if you guys can see. That's not our skill. We need to find actors. But you now know a little bit that you need to find an actor to do acting. You need to find a director to do directing. Music composer to do, it's a lot of work. And before, we really didn't see that, huh? We kind of just try to dive in this new world, huh?
Yeah, I would say so.
Awesome. If you guys wanted to talk about anything in particular, we'll be key to talk about that. But there's a lot of world stuff, and one of my goals on here is to do a non-profit organization for countries of importance. If we had this business, when it's going to happen, when we have this business flowing, I want to do a non-profit organization for these countries that are going through a rough time, and Red Cross, storms going on, firefight, this huge firefight in Australia, something like that. I didn't know about this until you showed me it. So what do you think about that?
Biggest fire in a long time, if not ever, in Australia on the coast.
Yeah, it's just big. I mean, on the map, you see a lot of more red than anything else. So I really like these things. These are, these videos are candid sometimes. They're not they're not, like I said, we want to have fun. So if we have a little wild side or a little goofy or seriousness, like I said, this is a real podcast, you know. Well, since we talked about movies, in my field, right? What are your inspirations of music that inspire you? Like, what got you into music, dude?
Well, I've been having a guitar since I was like 6, and I've definitely been, taking piano lessons since about 8. Not saying up until I was 25 or so, but I took a good amount of years of some, technical, classical training. Yeah, my dad was a really heavy metal kind of guy, bought me a Linkin Park album, when I was about 10, bought me my first one. It was the Meteor album. I don't know if he ever gave that album a listen or whatnot, but just the tracks on there just go stupid hard. Like so much crazy guitar and distortion and so much wattage on those amps. Just would have been really, really fun to be there for the recording process of Meteor album by Linkin Park. Anyways, my dad always kind of pushed me to be that 17-year-old rock star who had made it, who had been successful by then. And yeah, when I was 17, I had a different path, and that's okay. Not everything was going to pan out exactly how my dad had laid it out, but what my dad was doing was laying a foundation of music for me to rest upon, and today I'm pretty confident in being able to call myself a musician. And I do teach piano and I do teach guitar, seldom now, but I'm still capable of doing those things, to say the least. I think we should do some closing up.
Our goal is to get recognized, but in all honesty, our goal is really to reach out to individuals like ourselves that want a place to come and hear us talk, about anything really.
I don't care if we have 500 followers or 500,000 followers, but we got shit to say, and I know that you guys do enjoy good content, like in your free time and stuff too, so we want to be that good content for you to research in your free time and have fun with it. This is not about like, sit down and, listen to us talk. It's about, just having a conversation and being a fly on the wall.
Yes.
Definitely some t-shirts coming soon to the channel. Yes.
And when we have all that stuff, products, whatever, you guys can get your hands on it. So, I feel fans, really dedicated individuals that really take the time to watch these videos in length and really understand us and really know the stuff, can get some good rewards, because we value our friends and you guys are our friends. You guys are our fans. So to those fans, we'll take care of you guys. To those that don't like these videos, we respect you. We understand not everyone's going to like our videos, but we treat our fans good, so you're going to be very well comfortable in whatever we produce, video, animation, or music-wise.
All right, bro. Any closing notes for the podcast today?
Yeah. 2020, it's going to be great. It's going to be great.
It should be a good year. All right, guys. Thanks for tapping in. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. If you don't mind on the way out, we would really appreciate that. Appreciate you guys. Have a good day.